All right, it's now time for the tool rack to be assembled. And so here's all the parts. We kind of went through them beforehand, but I'll talk about what we've got here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take the right side rack and our sensor, and we're going to install the sensor utilizing the M3x20 screws. We're going to hold them in position because we need to feed the cable through this slot down here, and we're going to screw through here, so we need to have this exposed. Can be a little complicated. You're going to take your medium and you're going to line up the two little holes. There's two small holes that are a little bit difficult to see because they are behind this sticker. Make sure your cable comes through the underside. They will protrude a little bit, and that's okay. You'll notice that on the label, there's A, B, and C. For this operation, these are all designate the length that this goes for, depending on the machine that you're using. There is a little indicator on the front support. It's kind of hard to see right there. But what you're going to do is you're going to put this support down and you're going to slide it across depending on the machine that you have. For us, we're doing the 4x8. We're going to use the B, and you can see that the holes have aligned. And we'll do the same on the other side. Slide it in until it notches with the B. This is for the 4x8. So now you've got both a left and a right side. For the next step, we're going to use the roll-in T-nut. We're going to slide our T-nut into place and just kind of slide it forward. We're going to slide the cross member in. We're going to use the M8 and we're going to align the T-nut in with this hole. We're not going to tighten it up. So we've got this loosely attached. For the ends, we're going to need our M5x16 screws. At this part of the assembly, we're not going to tighten everything down. We'll be doing that later. The other side is just the same way. Okay, so we're going to leave that for right now, and everything's still nice and loose. We're going to move on to the tool rack backbone. So these are the tool holders. They have an alignment tool for them. It's very important that when you assemble this, you want to make sure that you're pushing down into here for proper alignment and accuracy for your tools. And it's important the orientation matters. that the bend that's here, the tool rack goes over top. So you have a smooth face. And cross thread. Now it's time to make sure that everything's aligned up correctly. We're going to finish the installation. So let's double check to make sure everything, and we're going to tighten it all up and make sure everything's square.
Let's drop it in the tool rack backbone.
So we're going to lock this down. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we want to make sure that this is perpendicular and parallel. So now is the time when we tighten it up, and we're going to push against this. No ham fisting, just tight. And then this one gets locked down. Now we're all done. We're going to install it onto the machine. For the newer machines, AltMills and MK2 versions, and the AltMill 4x8 and the 4x4 MK2 versions, you're going to use the twist-in T-nuts, not the drop-in or roll-in T-nuts. Those are used for earlier machines. Notice the orientation of this screw that of the T-nut. You want to make sure you got the tooth side up, and then you can put your screw in just like that, but you're only going to put it in slightly. So you need 4 of those. So I've got my 4 T-nuts and screws pre-screwed in. I'm going to drop 2 in on this side. There'll be 2 on this side at the back. It's useful to have a second person for this. To help you with just holding it in place. If you don't, grab yourself a clamp. You're going to take your rack and you kind of come in from underneath, and you're going to push it up from the side. You want to make sure that this is installed over to the left-hand side, and it's going to be pressed up against the leg, and then you can kind of move this over. As you tighten, the T-nut's going to rotate inside the channel there and lock into place. While you are tightening these sides, make sure that you're compressing, because you want this to be as tight as possible to the rail. If you're working by yourself, top tip, slide the screws in. They're still loose, but it'll hold it in position while you go around tightening everything. So that's the first one done, complete, and installed. If you've got only the single 6 tool rack, you're all done. You can move on to the next step of the TLS installation. If you got the 12 rack, we got a little secret for you on this side. You're going to grab the hardware bag from your second set of racks so you could do 12 up tool. And the exact same process is the same for installation. On this rack, I'm going to loosen there will be a little bit of alignment that I want to do between the two backbones. It's important that the two backbones align with one another, just to make sure that everything is nice and we're tight up against each other. You can see that there's a dip in this little between the two of them. That's why it's important to lift this up to make sure that everything kind of aligns properly when you're doing this, the tightening, the fastening. And the distance is the same between all of these, and you can lock down your rack. Each rack has its own sensor, so each rack needs its own cable that you'll connect into here. There is a locking pin, so they do orient in a particular way. You want to shoot a little tab, a little slot. Click, same deal. The rack is all set up. The electrical is all done now. Now it's the cool part. Let's get our tools. Be careful with them. They're going to come wrapped up. They're going to be a little greasy, so you want to give them a little clean. Just make sure that they're nice. This will be the top. This goes up, and then all it does is snaps into position. And then you can do them for the rest of them. All right, we're almost at the finish line. Next up is a tool length sensor. This comes with cable, comes with just a couple of M5 T-nuts, M5 by 10 millimeter screws, and of course, your tool length sensor. It's magnetic based, comes in 2 parts, so that you can install it any which way you like, but for here, we're going to install it down in the back left corner. So we're going to pre-install the M5 T-nut and the M5 screw. If I can get them out of the bag. Orientation of the T-nuts is important, as well as how we mount them on this bracket. We have a little channel down here that we want to mount into, and these T-nuts are going to get put in with the tapered point facing the bottom, so that you have the channel at the top. Don't tighten them up, just lightly install them. Taking care of the orientation. So you're going to take your T-nut, come in through the back, and you're going to slide it up to you're going to need a 3 millimeter Allen key for this one. Okay. We're going to undo our cable. Just like the sensors on the TLS, there's a little locking tab. So you're going to slide that in until it clicks. and then you can pull this to the side, put it into position. Okay, future Jason, jumping in to cut in and talk about the wire management. We're jumping a little bit ahead to, you've got your tool length sensor installed. We're in the middle of the tool rack assembly, but you're left with this spaghetti mess. So in your kit, you would have received these cable clips, 3D printed cable clips, and what they do is they insert into the T-track slot on these racks. Depending on your kit, you're going to get 4 with the tool length sensor and then 4 each with each tool holders. More than enough to get you to get all your cables up and out of the way. There is a certain way that these guys go in, and they have to be oriented, so you have them in this orientation when you insert them and rotate up. Otherwise, what can happen is this clip will face down and your cables won't get held in place. What I recommend doing is to add, if you've got this set up like this, put 3 across the back, 1 in the center, and 1 to each side. And because of the shape of the legs inside the frame, be about 400 millimeters or 6 inches off from the side. Because I have so many, I'm going to do every single cross beam. It's just going to make everything nice and neat. I'm going to come to the second from the front. You can go to the very front if you want. I'm just going to stop it here. I'm going to gather up all my cables. I'll do the first 2 in that. And if I've got this, if you only got the TLS in the one rack, just carry on. If you've got the other rack, gather up its cable and then just insert it into place. Now you're all ready to plug it in. Take your tool length sensor cable, and it's just going to get plugged into the back of the board on the tool length sensor port, and then your tool holder sensors. Doesn't matter which port they get plugged into. Just note that there is an orientation with a little clip that should face to the bottom. The kit will also come with a couple of small zip ties, so you can just coil this up, make it all buttoned up when you're ready to rock and roll. All right, thanks.